What's up, everybody? Welcome to Diamond Owl Studios, your new favorite place for music reactions. I'm Paper Chase.
And it's the one and only Diamond on One. We are back with another reaction just for you.
That's right, baby. We are back. And I have one question and one question only. Are you ready to snuff the rooster? Tell him what we're listening to today, Don.
Well, I mean, you just broke the news. We are listening to Rooster
Bye.
Alice in Chains.
And what's special about this performance?
It's special because it's the unplugged version. We did the original version, the video that was, released. And yeah, that was actually a crazy video.
Super intense, yeah.
Yeah, super intense. I didn't know a lot of the backstory to the song, so it was cool to like listen to it and find all of that out. But then in the comments, we had a ton of people, let's just say, you suggested that we watch the MTV Unplugged version. So here we are. You know what? You requested it. You gave us a demand and we answered. I guess you could say we're just like your little bitch boys doing whatever you say.
We're your whipping boys.
You said jump. We said, how high, master?
Exactly.
Anything else I can get you, master? Your wish is my command.
You can tell he doesn't like to be told what to do. But we really, just kidding. He's pretty submissive. But thank you guys for the recommendation. Let's get into it. Hopefully they're harmonizing.
Ain't found a way to kill me yet. Eyes burn with stinging sweat. Seems every path leads me to nowhere. Wife and kids, household pet. Army green was no safe bet. The bullet screamed to me from somewhere. Here they come to snuff the rooster. Yeah, here come the rooster. Yeah, no, he ain't gonna die. No, no, no. You know he ain't gonna die.
I can see why they recommended us to listen to this one, and I'm so
Yeah.
glad they did. I'm so glad they did. This performance is just incredible. It kind of it gives this whole different vibe to the song.
Yeah, I feel like for me, the acoustic version just kind of shows how beautiful the song is, just in and of itself. But then there's something that's like the acoustic nature of it is kind of soothing almost, especially at the beginning part. But then like the lyrics are still so like intense and almost jarring that when you have like this like kind of soothing like intro with the soft guitar, versus those super intense like lyrics. It just gives it this emotional charge, and the songwriting is even more pronounced and like more profound.
100%.
Yeah, they come to snuff the rooster. Yeah, here comes the rooster. Yeah, you know he ain't gonna die. No, no, no. You know he ain't gonna die. Walking Tom, machine gun man. They spit on me in my homeland. Gloria sent me pictures of my boy. Got my pills against mosquito death. My buddy's breathing his dying breath. Oh God, please, won't you help me make it through? Here they come to snuff the rooster. Yeah, here comes the rooster. Yeah, you know he ain't gonna die. No, no, you know he ain't gonna die.
Yeah, beautiful performance, man. I mean, we kind of dove into our interpretation of the song and stuff on the first reaction we did. So I'm not going to get too much into that. But I do just want to comment on his voice. I think he has just one of these like unique voice, like probably one of the most unique voices I've heard. And
Yeah, it's definitely distinctive.
I love it.
Yeah, and just like they're like harmonizing at the end was just kind of so haunting. Like
Yeah.
yeah, it was an incredible performance. Like I can see, like you said, why people suggested that we do it, because it is a very, I think, like different interpretation, or at least there's like a different feeling. The contrast between the two songs is cool to see the different renditions, the way that they played out.
Definitely. I don't know too much about like the original MTV, but from what I've seen and everything, I feel like this Unplugged like series that they did is probably one of the best things that they did. Because every Unplugged performance we've seen is just so awesome, and how they kind of
How many have we done? 2?
We did Jeremy, Pearl Jam's Jeremy. We did Alice in
You
Chains.
did Pearl Jam's, Jeremy.
Oh, you're right. We did Alice in Chains Nutshell.
Yeah.
What else did we do? I've seen our friends do another
Okay.
Pearl Jam.
Yeah, again, like at the time, I was not really into this music, so I didn't really watch a lot of these. So even though I remember it being like a big thing, like I remember Nirvana's Unplugged, they kind of stood out to me, I think probably because I just liked Teen Spirit, because it was just like, whatever. You know what I mean? It was the one that broke through.
Huge song, yeah.
That broke through there. I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, I like this song. You know what I mean? So I remember that Unplugged version, but a lot of this stuff, like I just kind of passed up on because I just wasn't into it at the time.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that's like, fun to go back on now and look at some of those. And I think you are right that as far as like, MTV for a while was just like a cultural phenomenon. I mean, especially when you were younger, it had like MTV News. So they had, like little news channels. So as like a younger kid, it's like, I'm not watching the news, but I would like learn about what was going on in the world because they'd have these little like, news flashes that were on there. So it was kind of like this way of like packaging, like, popular things, trending stuff with that. And then they had like a whole era that they went through where, MTV Raps was actually incredible. Like in the early stages of it, I mean, they had so many good artists. It's like really is a tragedy because they had like a lot of like what would be considered now more like underground or conscious hip hop that was blended in with all the other music. So it wasn't, just like the top like hits, like kind of, what it became after a while is like more of like just pop music and what was, trending versus. And then at night, like, again, I wasn't into this necessarily, but I remember they had the Headbangers Ball.
Okay.
Which was like more like, hardcore, like rock, heavy metal and stuff like that. So it was like later on in the evening, but it was still like giving an opportunity for like these different forms of like music that might have been considered not, mainstream to have some light.
Have a platform.
Yeah, exactly. And then it just kind of turned more into like, road rules and like all this reality television.
That's what I
type of
grew
stuff.
up on with MTV is like, I remember, Jersey Shore and, Ridiculousness. And I mean, I guess that was a little later, but, all the old dating shows.
Yeah, like Jackass, I mean, was on MTV. So it's like, there's some great stuff that came out of that era
100%,
as well. But it definitely strayed away from the music. And so like, I think that was kind of like golden era of like MTV is when they were still really music centric and really still like, kind of allowing less than like mainstream stuff to come out and promoting not just your, top 40 type of stuff. And sadly they strayed away from that, but yeah, it was cool to see.
MTV is completely done with music. Did you hear that?
I think they're done. Aren't they like done completely?
Well, they officially announced that they're officially done with any type of like music videos or anything like that. Like this was like a couple months ago. They said.
Yeah, yeah, I remember. I thought they were saying that they were done completely, but yeah, there you go.
Yeah, crazy. Well, hey man, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, and if you want to join us on this journey of just discovering awesome stuff like this, hit that subscribe button. Don't wait till later. Subscribe right freaking now.
And let us know if there's anything else from the Unplugged series that we need to react to. Put in the comments. You know what? If there's anything that you think we should react to, put that in the comments. We listen. We don't always, take your advice, but a lot of times we do. So be a part of the journey with us. Let us know what we should do next. We appreciate it.
See you on the next one.
Peace.